Hi, my name's Veneka. I take photos, they're usually pretty good, sometimes I fuck it up. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to let you know, just sort of to give you an idea of the way that I'm thinking this year, because for the first time, I have security in my abilities. My life story is sort of gone like this, you know. I went to school. I did education up to what we call O-level, Form 4, and then I was taught up to A-level, but then, you know, I didn't end up getting my results just because I had a bit of just some interesting time period in my family. But essentially, I'm like an O-level graduate, do you see? I don't have a university education, I don't have a university degree, I don't have any of the typical powers that you might even expect of me, because you see, there are some brilliant things to my presentation, to my aura, to everything, you know, that would make you think all sorts of stuff, even my achievements. But today I wanted to share with you something a bit unusual. This year I came third continentally among the photographers who entered the WITS University Award show. It's called the Fak'Ugesi Awards. This third place is like ultra valuable to me. Last year I was the top photographer, yeah? And this year I was the third best. Now, to me, this year's achievement is somewhat more important than the first year's achievement. In particular ways. Of course, like the first year's achievement is stellar because, you know, nothing like showing up to, WITS University is the second best university in our continent according to the rankings, by the way, at least on Google. I didn't go to university, I just entered their award show, but, you know, I wouldn't know on education, but it's one of the well-known universities. And to show up in your first year of photography in such a competition and beat people is nuts. But the reason why I'm super proud in a way that no one else will ever understand is I've never owned a professional camera before. Yeah? I've never owned a professional camera before. And so what ends up happening is I'm beating the gods of my continent. I'm beating the gods of my continent with a 20-year-old camera, 20-year-old camera. And, you know, I'm using a Canon 70. It's like 2 decades old. And the immense pride that I feel is unique in that it's not no one helped me, but I'll tell you what, I'm dressed from head to toe in things that I bought with my own power. You know, my shoes, my trousers, my jacket, my tie, my shirt. It's all me. My camera is me. My other camera now is me. And you know, it's an endeavor that was purely on my power because no one understands like what I'm doing even within my family, if that makes sense. It's difficult, I don't know why. Like you would think that media would be easy to understand, but I'll tell you what, they don't. And they don't understand the immense future that is within media enough that they feel like I'm doing something professional, something good, something great even. But it's all of these things, media, and more than other people's jobs. Like it's almost like it's hard to get across to them that my friends are doctors and lawyers, I make more than them. I might need to do more because I'm a CEO now for the first time. And the way you need to balance things like perception management, things like public relations, the way that you need to do staff pay, I might make $1,000 a month, which is great for Zimbabwe. You might be in America, so then this is equivalent to, I don't know, it might be 5,000 in your, it's what you would consider a 5,000, 6,000, maybe, yeah, something like this, but it's above minimum wage like a lot. Minimum wage here is $200, but stuff is cheaper, so yeah. But here's the idea. my parents don't believe in what I'm doing, and therefore the power for it has to come from me. Yeah? And therefore, essentially what happened is I bought a second-hand 20-year-old camera, and I used it to defeat the gods. I used it to defeat people who had hundreds of thousands of rands of camera equipment. People who actually went to said university, you know? And I came out number 3, but that's the second time, god damn it. It's the second time I'm in the finals. I used a different name, so it's not my name value, because I used my media house name this time instead of my personal brand name. And I feel pretty gangster. I feel like with the distinct feeling is that I've entered the dragon's lair with a wooden sword. And I've made more progress than anyone towards defeating the dragon. Of course, I'm not number 1, but I'll tell you what, when number 1 sees me, he'll respect me, goddammit. Because as much as I didn't win, we are equals, yeah? And we're equals in a way that you cannot deny. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm gonna have a habit of using old cameras, so on and so forth. I might even get an older camera, if possible, if these things are still alive, still available. Because you know what? If I beat you with a Canon 7D, what could you ever say to me? What could you ever say? Like, what could you could say, it's just because he had equipment. No, he had more of it, you know, he's more moneyed up. I live in Zimbabwe, in not even the capital city. I live in the second best city, which is Bulawayo, which is an industrial town, yeah? Which is a sleepy town, honestly. And, you know, there's no power, there's no reason I should be competing with you. And for damn sure, or whatever the phrase is, I definitely shouldn't be beating you. And I am. So I really, somehow, this year is the consolidation. It shows that it wasn't a fluke. And even more so, because the last year I used a 10-year-old camera. This year I used a 20-year-old camera. I might go and find a 40-year-old camera somewhere. I might go and find a 40-year-old camera somewhere soon. And yeah, and go and see if I can fight the dragon with like a shield. Just come with a shield and just fight this dragon and win, you know? So I have an immense pride which no one could ever understand, because no one has been watching the documentary of my life as I have. Do you see? The pride that comes from, well, what's his name? You know, like the pride that comes from an Elon Musk who knows that he was sleeping under the desk at his office because he was trying not to pay rent for a home and pay rent for an office, right? And then he scrounges his way all the way up to the top. He knows he has no business being there. But that's what makes it awesome. That's what makes it gangster, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I wanted to share that little bit about my life with you, and to share probably what's going to be my fighting style for life, just using some whatever I can find, some rickety old thing, and defeating the gods, you know? You're going into a tournament and you're fighting Zeus, Poseidon, Hercules, and all you have is a knuckle duster and no powers. And you're beating them. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. So I want to just share this feeling with you. Welcome to my channel, goddammit. Get ready to see some gangster. Some really gangster stuff.